What's up, guys? I am doing another house estimate, how much it would cost to build a house here in the Gambia. And today it is this foundation floor over here, or this foundation building, or building up to this stage, up to the foundation floor. Do not underestimate how much it can cost to build a house like this. This can cost up to $1 million depending on how much you put inside the foundation and all the materials that go into it. Let's begin. Let's break it down. Alright, so I always like to start with the pillars. You can tell that this is 12 millimeter and it's one of the best quality material or best quality rod. Yeah, this is a 12 millimeter rod, and this is I think this is the best quality that we have so far in the country. We call it the Turkey rod. The Turkey rod. They said there is Brazilian, there is Senegalese. I'm gonna show you that one. I'm gonna show you what they call the Senegalese. You can tell the difference. This one right here, you can see it has these very good grips. Okay, it has these grips. If I hold it and somebody pull it, it will tear my hand. That is the grip that it has, and the grips are looking so sharp. If I can focus the camera, yeah. So this is a very good type of metal, a very good rod, metal rod. And if you look through this foundation, you can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, and then you have the beam, the ground beam, the beam that goes all around the building, that ties the building as a big ring. And the reason why you need to have this beam, it is what holds the entire building as a whole, one structure, okay. So this is what is gonna create that ring to solidify the entire block chain, or the block walk, or the block walk chain into a one solid a one solid structure. And then you will have a concrete floor that would come in to rest onto this concrete, and also have this as a reinforcement to solidify the concrete floor with this other concrete beam, okay, the side beam. Okay, I might not be able to use technical terms over here, but I'll try to use as much as possible, because yes, I'm not a builder, I'm not an architect, so I'm just using the terms that I am learning recently about construction. So do not attack me, please. All right, so yeah, these blocks, if I look through this, I could tell that this is a 5-inch yeah, the 5-inch block, because it's a little bit thinner than the boo. Boo. That's a cow. And that is the block right here. You can tell this one is a 5-inch block, and they use the banjul sand to build this block, which is also having its own disadvantage. I'm gonna explain that shortly. And there are two different types of sands, that one right there and this one over here. So I'm going to tell you the difference of those sand. And there are also other materials that are washed stone over there, and the gravel. I'll get to all that shortly. All right, so now this building is 5 bedroom. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms. Yeah, 4 bedrooms altogether, and a very wide parlor over there. All right, so if you look through this 5 bedroom and 5 floor, or 5 blocks that are stacked together, and the size of this building from here going straight all the way up to there would be about 15 meters. Yeah, 15 meters. Yeah, going straight this way will be close to about 18 meters, 17, maybe 17, 18 meters. All right, and the number of pillars that you have, let's count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 30, 31, 32. 33 pillars are installed in this building. 33 pillars. Each of these pillars is a whole rod, like a full one rod of 11.8 meters will make one pillar. But there is also a basket below it. The basket will usually be around 80 centimeters, and that is a whole full rod. So this is one rod, 2 rod. So about 50 to 60, no, 60 to 65 rods are currently used, or roots used so far. I mean the 12 millimeter rods. And the ring that holds these rods together is a 6 millimeter again. I guess, yeah, I can see it right here. It's a 6 millimeter right here. This is a 6 millimeter. Okay, and there are also binding wires. Binding wires, the rule would be 450 if you are buying it around Gimpex area, or maybe around areas that sell in bulk. It's a very good one. You can see that it's a very thick binding wire. So this metal rod right here, the 12 millimeter, would be about $650. The cheapest that you can have would be $640. Okay, and now right now they've used up about 60, let's say 60, 60, because each one of them will be about 2 rods. One will be here, another one will be down as a basket. So that's like 2 times, is it 60 or is it 30 rods? I mean 30 pillars that I count. 35, I think 35 rods, so that will be like 70 rods. Okay, 35 times, so that will be like 70 rods. Okay, and the binding, the 6 millimeter here would be about half of that. So the 6 would be about, if this is 70, the 6 would be about 35. Okay, so 70 times 400, 650, and 75 times, this is about $150, I think. I think this one right here would be about $150. I'll do the I'll write it down, I'll break it down, but first I would like to show you like how the structure of the house is and the material that I used in there. Then we can go and sit at our corner to do the estimates. Okay, all right, so let's do a quick round of what's going on over here, and then I'm gonna also show you the type of material that they're using. And look, if you look at the foundation, you could tell that this one is not using any mixed as compared to the first video that I did. He's using he or she is using black stones, entirely black stone. Okay, entirely black stone. And looking at the cement, I could also tell that this is either bamboo cement or jar oil. Okay, those are the black, thick black. They look a little bit blacker compared to, if I can zoom in right there. Oh, if I can zoom right there, there's a building. Oh man, my camera is not allowing me to zoom. Zoom, please, zoom. Okay, that building right there, if I look at the pillars, the beams, I can tell it's a little bit greenish, and greenish is usually not jar oil or bamboo. Okay, because bamboo and jar oil are usually a little bit darker in color. Okay, they look usually darker in color, and that means the cement will be about 415 or 450 depending on the type of cement that is used. And if I walk around, I should be able to see the cement. Oh, very good, wonderful. You can see this is bamboo cement. That is also a bamboo cement. Let's look for more. In construction site, people will usually walk around to pick the cement. Oh, good, I just found one. You can see this is Tiger cement. This is Jara. I think my estimate is going pretty well. Very nice, all right? And look, there is also another Tiger cement, bamboo cement. I got it right. They're using bamboo cement and Tiger cement. And if I look through, there is a sort that I just did, and I was showing you the type of cement colors. Video! Okay, somebody's just shouting me. Alright, if I look at this color, you can see this is blacker. Based on the first shot that I did, if you don't see the shot, I showed you the color of cement, bamboo cement, and jar cement. Alright, so if I look through here, you can see, I don't know if the camera can focus clearly. Right here, you can see that one right there. Okay, it's a bit darker, but this is a bit greener. This right here would be jar oil. Okay, it would be jar oil based on the video that I just did. And right here, if I look through here, you can see this here. Oh yeah, this one here is a little bit darker. Nah, that is still the same color. But now let's look at the back of the pillar. You can see it's a bit greenish, but now let me show you the two difference. You can see this is a bit bluer and this one is a bit greener. So greener one right here will be jar oil. Yeah, you can see another greenish over here, jar oil. Okay, that is the recent one that I saw. Okay, recent one that I saw based on the color that I saw in that. You can see all through is using green, and that one right there is a bit bluer down. It's a bit bluer. Here we can see the two differences. You can see a greenish color over here, and this one is a little bit bluer. Okay, so bamboo cement at this current stage of the construction, the cement that I see coming into the industry is green usually shows jar oil, and blue would usually be bamboo. But jar oil also sometimes have blue. I don't know for the last this about 2 months, 3 months ago, like 2 months ago, during that shortages, the type of cement that came from jar oil is usually green, okay, and bamboo was giving a blue color. All right, so now let me show you this as well. We'll get to the estimate very soon, or shortly, I mean. All right, so you can see there's also backfilling. The backfill has already been done, and they've done some compacting. You can see right there, that's the machine compaction. You can see these rings that are going around. It's the machine that was doing the compaction. And yeah, this one is the backfill. Those are the remains of the backfill. And the backfill, based on the level of this 5 blocks, okay, 5 blocks, the backfill would take about 20 of the 5,000 truck, the 10-wheel truck. The 10-wheel truck are usually going for 5,000, and the double 10-wheel are usually going for 8,000. So this will take about 20 of the 5 or the of the 10-wheel. So this one right here is the banjul cement, okay, and this other cement right here, sand over here, I'm not sure where it is coming from, but this is the usual type of sand that we usually have here in the country, but very, very rare, and at the same time very, very expensive. This a trip can cost you about $13, $12, $13, $14,000 here, and whilst the banjul cement, banjul sand, this would cost you about 8,000, 8,500, depending on where you want to drop it. Okay, and this one right here are the wash stones. These are the stones that are used for the foundation, I mean the blinding of the foundation, or the foundation floor, I mean the floor concrete. And this one also here, this one also is a wash stone, but it's a little bit smaller. It's more fine grained than this other one right here. Most people would use this in the ground foundation, and this one on the top right here when they are doing this floor concrete, concrete and foundation. But it's not bad, you can also use it for foundations. And the king of all stones here in the country is this one. These stones are imported into the country, usually from Senegal. They are called the black stones. Black stones, I think they are the ones that are also used to make tar roads, okay, with the oil. All right, so this, the full trip will cost you about $100,000, $95,000 to $100,000. 18 cubic will cost you about $95,000. A 20 cubic will cost you about $100,000. Every cubic in Abuko is usually costs about 5,500, I think, every cubic. In Gach, every ton, Gach Global also sell these stones. They sell these stones, but they measure in metric tons. I mean in tons, not metric tons, in tons. Every ton used to be 3,200. I think the last time I contacted them, it was 3,300 or 3,400, something like that. Okay, so if you were to fill up a 10-wheel truck from Gach, it will cost you maybe like $48,000, excluding transportation. And 30 tons would be approximately 20 cubic meters, 20 cubic. So in Abuko, if you were to go in for the local transportation at Abuko, they will charge you about 100,000, 95 to 100,000 for 18 cubic. They usually call it 18 cubic, but sometimes they collect. Okay, based on what I had, they will collect 19 cubic from Senegal, but they will come and reduce that so that the price will come down to create some competition. And usually what they sold you, they would sell it to you at 95,000, but the actual 20 cubic would cost, or 19 cubic would cost you about $100,000. Okay, so when they sell it to you at 19,000, just know that some part of it has been reduced. Okay, some part of it has been reduced. It's not even possible. It's almost impossible to have 19 cubic at less than $100,000. These stones are very, very expensive. So to create that competitive pricing, once the trucks are coming from Senegal, a lot of these people will reduce a whole 3 cubic to 5 cubic, 3 to 3 cubic, about 3 cubic, and then sell it at $95,000, $94,000. Yeah, but yeah, it's still, the price I think is still good. It's still good compared to if you're to buy the full trip, okay, from Senegal straight. All right, so now numbers. Let's get into the numbers. Let me write down everything that I believe has gone into this construction, and we see how much it will cost to get a house up to this level. All right, so these are my price finding results. These were when I was looking for the pricing of this material. The marine plywood, the plywood that is used to do some the concrete work, was costing 450 for 12 millimeter thickness. No, this is for the rod. Sorry, this is for the rods. The rod 12 millimeter at 10 meters. Okay, 10 meters long was costing 450. That is for Turkeys. You have the Brazil type for 520, and this is the Senegalese $490. And you have 6 millimeter 10 meters long, 6 millimeter 10 meters long. For Turkey it is 135. For Brazil type is 125, and for Senegalese it's 115. And I got this price from Balaji, okay. And so far it seems to be the best price that I've found. And the binding wire was at $450. Nail is about $100 per kilo, despite or depending on that. No, I mean all the other sizes of size of nail except the cap nail. I think cap nail is $100 per kilo, but the concrete nail might be a little bit more expensive. And this is the plywood. The plywood 12 millimeter is plywood 12 millimeter thickness plywood. This hard one, the black one, is called marine, is 1,550. You have the 12 millimeter at 1,650. Soft, that is the white one. That is what most of the masoners would like to use. One advantage of this one is a little bit more expensive, but it can be reused. It can be reused multiple times because they are soft, and yeah, they don't break easily compared to the marine type. The marine type used to be very good because it is water resistant, but because it's very hard, it gets broken easily when they are trying to take it out from the building. Like if you use it on the building, you want to do your concrete, and then if you want to take it out, it usually breaks. Let's continue on the pricing. So this is the, oh yeah, this is also the marine. What is the difference? The hard one and the black one. Okay, the black is the marine one right here. The black is the marine one. Hard one is also like a white one, I guess, but yeah, harder than the soft one. But yeah, the marine one was what I was explaining, the black one that breaks when they are trying to remove it from the construction. So it's a lot more difficult to reuse it, and even though it's more expensive, yeah. And those are the black ones right here. And 15 millimeter is 1,200. Then you have the 15 millimeter for hard, yeah, 1,200. For soft, 2,250. And for the marine, 1,850. 18 millimeter, 2,200. Then you have 2,005 for the soft, and 2,300 for the marine. Metal rod, 11.8 for 12 millimeter. 12 millimeter. Yeah, 455, 655. Okay, this will be for 10 millimeter, sorry, 12 millimeter, 10 meters long, and 11 meters, 11.8 meters for 12 millimeter will be $645. So that is what is used right here. Okay, this is a very long one. Okay, oh, it can be this one or that one right here, but I believe most people would like to go in for this one. Like I said, if I don't forget, I'm gonna show you what is called the Senegalese type. You'll know the difference. You will see the difference. In fact, I'm gonna show you the two different ones side by side. Now, if we go to another shop, okay, if you get to another shop, you can see those people are selling the 12 millimeter 10 meter at 525. Turkeys, you have the Brazilian. They don't have the Brazilian as at the time. Senegalese was 500. 650 for the 11.8 meters, 650. And you have the Senegalese type, 625. Look at the difference here. This Senegalese type, Senegalese was 625, and here 625. 650 right here, okay, and 645 right here. Okay, very close differences, very close. So if you come to the plywood, they were not having 12 millimeter. They had for the they were not having the 12 millimeter. 12 millimeter hard was, so I mean 12 millimeter hard was 1,600, soft 1,700, and marine 1,900. This one seems to be more cheaper, right? Yeah, it's a bit cheaper compared to this other one right here. That 1,005, 1,006. Oh yeah, this is 1,650. You have 1,007, 1,900. As against 1,007. It's much cheaper here in Balaji because I think they are bigger, so. Okay, so that is the price estimate for 12 millimeter, sorry, 15 millimeter, and also 18 millimeter right here for hard, soft, and marine. You can pause it to compare the different sizes. Okay, all right. Okay, now. Also, I also went to MP Trading, but they did not have some of the materials. So yeah, it's about the same pricing, but a little bit more expensive compared to Bajaj. Okay, so these are the price for the tiles. Okay, we can get to that when we see any price estimate, or I mean when we are doing any estimate for the pricing as well. I mean for the tiles. But right now, this building doesn't have any tile, so we can skip this point. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna write down how much has gone into this, and we do the calculation together. All right, so I have written down every single thing that I could remember, or I think that would have gone into this building. Right here is a whole list of stuff. Let's go through it one by one. Camera. All right, so right here you can see this is the rod. Right here, this is the rod, and the rod would cost $640,000. $640 is not $640,000. $640 is by 70. That would be $444,800. Then we come to the transportation of the rod. $3,000 here to transport this rod. You have 6 millimeter Turkish. This is Turkish, but this Turkish 6 millimeter will cost 135 times 35 of what we calculated here. That will be 4,700. Cement 450 running up. We are running up to 450 because cement prices always keep fluctuating. A jar oil, it will be 415. 415 from their stores, and at the factory 390. But if you get it from the factory, you'll have to transport it back to your home, so you'll get back to around the same $400. Yeah, so sometimes it's much easier for you to go get it from the store because the extra money that they add to it is the transportation from the factory to their stores, and usually the petrol stations. All right, so I'm gonna writing up to 450, depending on whether you're gonna get it directly from jar oil or from bamboo. Bamboo would be a little bit more expensive than jar oil. Bamboo would be somewhere around 430 from the factory, and if you buy it from retailers, it will be 450 or a little bit more than that. All right, so that would give us 67,500. Then the transportation of that from the factory or wherever you get it from, or from the store to your home, will cost for 450 bags. They will charge about 4,000 depending on the location. Okay, it can be less, it can be more. All right, so on the laborer for the cement, we call it Eagle Watch Alfini. That is yeah, for cement. If you buy cement, usually it comes with the laborers to. If you buy it from a factory or buy a bulk from a big distributor, the Eagle, that is, they put the cement on the truck usually for free. Okay, but if you take it to your place, if you were to drop it, you'll pay about $10. Yeah, about $10 per bag of cement. That is if it is far. If it is close, $7. But let's keep it at $10. Okay, 450, that will cost you 1,500. Wash stone, that is this wash stone over here, this one right here, this one is $15,000. Where are we? Wash stone, 14,000. Yeah, $14,000. The sand, that one over there, that white sand over there, this one is about $14,000. So since we have it over here, that's what I'm gonna calculate. In fact, I've not added this sand to it, this banjo sand to it. Okay, so let's continue. The sand, 14,000. Bricks, all right, you can see these bricks are 5 inches, like I said, so that will be costing $30 per block. Okay, even if you remake it, it will be around the same price. It will be just a little bit less than that, because yeah, block making businesses, like the people that do block making business, if they give it a very good like strength, like to do 30 blocks per bag, they will make about $5 a profit. So $5 a profit for $5 a profit. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give it like $30 a, where is it, where are we, yeah, $30 a per block. And estimatedly the foundation usually up to this stage, if it is a 4 or 5 bedroom apartment or house, from here is it was about 15 meters by about 16 17 meters. So that will take almost like 1,800 blocks, a little bit less than that probably, but let's cater for the wastage of the block. Yeah, so that would be this 54,000. You have the workmanship. To get a house up to this stage, most people will charge you about 150 to 200,000. They might even charge you more than that, depending on if they have to do the foundation and everything, digging up the foundation and all that. And the faster they work, usually the slower, the cheaper also it is. But the longer it takes, you spend a lot more than you expect or you budgeted. Plywood, about 10 of the plywood should be used to cut to 30 millimeters. Is it 30 centimeters? 30 centimeter, and that will be about 16,500. 1x2s, yeah, for that would be those are the ones that are used at the corners, yeah, at the corners, and also to hold these concretes in place when they are doing the concrete, yeah. So these two goes together. And also the nails, about 7 kilos, 5 kilos, 7 kilos will be able to do this work over here. It will be able to nail 10 plywoods, 10 plywoods. Okay, now we go to wheelbarrows. The good ones will be 3,500, maybe 3,000 if you get it from Jimpex area, but around the Brikama Lamin area you might get it at 3,500 times 2 wheelbarrows. That was 7,000. Hose pipes. Okay, if I look around here, I don't see any borehole over here, but now from that distance I can see there are 2 boreholes. So probably this person took water from that borehole or that other borehole. So this would be about 100 meters from this place, 75 to 100 meters. And the horsepower or hose pipes are usually 50 meters, and they're not exactly at 50 meters. So I estimated that the person will have to get like 3 hose pipes to get the water from those tanks there all the way down to here. So 3 pipes will be 1,500 times 3, 4,500. You have binding wire, 5 binding wire. Whoa, something is coming. Wow. Yo, so yeah, that's the binding wire, about 5 binding wires. It might be a little bit less than this, yeah, but I gave it 5 binding wire, but it's not be like anything a little bit more than 5. Okay, so for 1,000 for the 1x2 block boards. All right, so you can see the building. Okay, when they are building, they have a lot of obstruction. So what they normally do is to put a 1x12 boards to be able to push the wheelbarrow from this end all the way to the other end, so that they can use them as bridges to cross and deliver sand, blocks, or whatever they're gonna deliver to the other parts of the building. So they might need 3 of that, and each will be costing about $800 if I'm not forgetting. Okay, compactor. You can see this place has already been compacted, as I showed you on the video or earlier. That will be about 5,000, 6,000, yeah, for the size of the building. It might be a little bit more expensive than this as well, but yeah, 5,000 would be a very good bargain. Water bills, yeah, usually people will charge $200 per day for electricity. Times this work would have taken maybe a month. It should not take more than a month to get a house to this if everything is working, if all the supplies is available, and also the maintenance are doing their job on time. So it should not take more than 30 days. Okay, so yeah, $6,000 for water supply. Bucket for laborers. These comments is, in fact, this other one right here, most of this part over here came from one of the comments that I received from the video. And thanks so much for comments, because yeah, in the first video I missed that out. I missed some of these this part. Yeah, I missed some of these part. Sorry. Yes, laborer for laborer bucket. These are the buckets that the laborers would use, or the masons would use to mix their cement and yeah, use it for mortar and so on. Transportation, you could see from here, from the plywood all the way down here. I've not put in any transportation, so if you can buy all these stuffs together, you can transport them all around in for about $5,000. So if I put all of these things together, I do the calculation, this is what I got. This is what I got. Where is my calculator? Right here is what I got. $462,000 and 25. Okay, $462,000. Okay, it's a lot less than I predicted for this foundation. But remember, when you're buying your products or buying items, you don't buy them piece by piece. Okay, like rods, when you're buying rod, you would buy, like when you're getting this rod, you're not gonna get only 75 rods that I estimated. You would have bought everything at once, so that would be like almost double or 3 times whatever you're gonna spend on the rod, even at this stage of the building. And if you look at the block, I calculated 1,800 blocks over here, but look around here, you can see a whole lot of other blocks are here, so the blocks will all be done around the same time. And also, if you look right here beside, you can see another wash stone over here. You can see also another wash stone over here. You can see the beton. In fact, I did not put the beton yet. The beton. I forgot the beton. Yep, that's right down. You can see there's nothing like black stone over here, and black stone only alone would cost $100,000. So let's get that done over here. Black stone. Oh, I can write it all the way at the end. All right, right here I have the black stone at 100,000. So that would give us $562,000. Let's go back to the calculator. How much is that? Okay, this is what I had. So I'm gonna do plus $100,000. Okay, so that's giving us $562,000. Yeah, plus the other sand that is here, because when you're buying the sand, you might bring both of them together at the same time, and also the extra $14,000. And yeah, some of the activities that you'll also be doing, the fuel and all that, you're going back and forth. So this will get close to not $1 million, but maybe like $700,000. It's very, very close to 700,000, if not more. Okay, like I said, you're gonna buy all the rods at once because you don't want to keep on going back to Gimpex or back and forth to Gimpex. Yeah, you're gonna have to buy some of this stuff also in bulk. Not up to $1 million, yep, but at least $700,000. So there you have it, about $700,000. Or let's say, to make it a bit cheaper, $600,000 to get your house to this stage. I just remember one thing, that is the backfill. I mentioned it when I was doing the video earlier, but I did not put the calculator. Here, I put it right aside here. You can see backfill is $8,000 times 8. So the 10 trip came in here, which is $64,000. 8,000 times 8, $62,000. So now you also have the workmanship to distribute the backfill, which is $20,000. So this is almost like 80,000. So this is what we had initially. So we're gonna do plus 62,000 plus 20,000. So that's gonna be like $664,000 on top of all of this. I hope I get my estimate pretty close this time. Yeah, see you in another video. Let me know if you want me to do an estimate. One of the subscribers contacted me to do an estimate of their building. So from here, I'm heading there to do the estimate of their building because they wanted to know whether the masoner or whoever is managing their building has done good job or not, or not just good job, whether they have used their money effectively or not, or whether they have been diverting some of their funds. So if you want me to do something like that for you, make sure the building is not plastered, because if it is plastered, I cannot see most of this stuff that they are already putting in there. Could contact me in any of these numbers that will be on this video, and we can do a deal. I can go and check your house for you. So this is the Senegalese rod. This is 10mm rod, but you can look at, if you look closely, you can see that this one doesn't have that much of a grip. I can rub my hands on it, like I'm pressing it firm, but it's not like creating any hurt, or it's not hurting me in any way. But compared to the other like rod, yeah, this is very, 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 very slippery. This is very, 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 like, I don't know, it feels lower quality compared to the other one that's over here. Compared to this other one over here that's used in that building. Look at this rod is having so much grip, so much grip. I can't press my hands on it, if not it's gonna hurt me. Look at that, look at that. This is telling, or is giving a lot more quality than the Senegalese. And this right here, you can see it's written there Turkey. This rod, every 11.8 meters long for 12 millimeter, cost about $640, and the other one would be about $540. And by the way, do you think I can be a good contractor? I'm seriously thinking about it. Do you think I can be a contractor? And would you want to give me your project to handle it for you, to be your contractor? Let me know in the comments below. Or what do you think I need to do first? Or what do you think I need to learn first before I'm a contractor? Or what are the things that I need to consider to be a contractor, to be a good contractor? And I would like to show everything by video so that you would believe in whatever I'm doing, and you would not feel that I'm doing what other contractors are doing, taking your money and not putting it in the right place. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.